Hello, friends. I am Gerrick Angel. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel where I invite you to dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. Dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. And it is my intention to bring to you small practices that you can incorporate into the life that you already have now. And these small practices will make a profound impact on your ability to manifest the life that you really want to live. And so in today's video, I begin with a question. I want to ask you, are you listening? Hello, are you listening? Um, you know, we people who do spiritual work, we're really good at praying, using affirmations, creating vision boards, setting intentions. And we also live in a society that says, do, go, go, go. And the more you do, the more you get. But the problem with that is if we're so busy doing, so busy going, then we don't listen as deeply. And we can't hear those gentle nudges that God has for us. Now, whether you call it God, the universe, spirit, it doesn't matter. What I know is we all have an internal guidance system that leads us to the right places and it leads us out of the wrong places. However, it's important to listen. It's often been said that the voice of God is a still, small voice. Now, a lot of things you've seen on TV, or perhaps you've heard through religion, says that God comes down as thunder and lightning. And that's true, but that's not all. The reality is God is this still, small voice. Spirit is this still, small voice. Your guidance is a still, small voice. And so it's important to pay attention to this still, small voice. Now, the beauty is that when we don't pay attention, see, God doesn't give up on us. God remembers what our intentions are. God remembers what our prayers are. And God will continue to guide us so that our prayers can be answered. And if we don't listen, God will turn up the volume a little bit. And so that still small voice might get a little bigger. And so what that might look like is, I had this idea in my head and I ignored it. And then I had a conversation with somebody and they repeated the same idea that I was already thinking about. And then perhaps I encounter another person totally unrelated who wants to talk about the same subject. So that's one of the ways that God raises the volume a little bit. So that still small voice now becomes a gentle nudge because I'm talking about it, friends are talking about it, and totally unrelated people are talking about it. It becomes a nudge. Sometimes the nudge becomes a push. So it's a little more profound. It feels like we're under the gun. It feels like we have a deadline. It feels like we've got to get this done or we've got to take this step quicker. And then finally, if it's necessary, there is what I refer to as the cosmic 2x4. The cosmic 2x4 is when it's like, boom, you got to do it now. That's the end of it. So I'm going to tell you about a little journey that I had. Several months ago, I had this idea that I wanted to do some decluttering. I live in an apartment and I have a garage that I share with my neighbor. And way back, maybe 20 years ago, we decided we're just going to use our garage for storage. And so both of us have lots of stuff in the garage. And I'm thinking, I want to declutter. I need to lighten up. I have way too much stuff. I don't even know what's in there. I need to go through it a little at a time so that I can release that which doesn't serve me. I can give to charity, or I can discard, or maybe discover some stuff that I really like that I forgot I had. So not only do I have this idea of decluttering, my sister launches a YouTube channel and she talks about going from being a fashionista who loved to shop and buy things to becoming a minimalist. So I have this idea of decluttering. Now my sister launches a YouTube channel about becoming a minimalist. So there's this idea again of purging, of getting rid of things that don't serve anymore, right? So that idea is still percolating. And now that still small voice is now a gentle nudge because my sister's talking about it and encouraging me to declutter as well. Still didn't do it. Didn't clean the garage. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I live in an apartment, and I live in an apartment in Los Angeles. And in the city of Los Angeles, every 3 years, the city sends a code enforcement person to inspect every single rental in the city. So about every 3 years, somebody comes through, and really they're walking around to make sure that you've got smoke detectors, carbon dioxide detectors, that it's safe. Well, I've lived here for almost 20 years. Never has an inspector looked in the garage. This year, the inspector decided to look in the garage and said, all this stuff has to be cleared out. It's a fire hazard. Garages are designed for cars. You have to have enough room for a car. And all this needs to happen in 10 days. So now that gentle push has turned to the cosmic 2x4. I have 10 days to get rid of almost 20 years worth of stuff. Now, the beauty is my intention was to let it be easy. Rather than panicking, I chose to take a couple days off from work. I took off a Friday and I took off a Monday so that I'd have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to go through the garage, clean out my stuff, and be ready for the next inspection. As it turned out, I finished all of it on Friday, one day. So again, even when that cosmic 2x4 comes, it's important to stay rooted in the awareness that it can still be easy, right? My intention way in the beginning was, oh, let me release stuff easily so that I can just declutter. I didn't lose that because I knew I only had 10 days. But instead, I created a plan which allowed me to get it done in 4 days. And remember, we're dreaming bigger, right? God's dreaming bigger. My dream was, let's get it done in 4 days. And God was like, nah, you know what? You can get it done in one. And then you can enjoy 3 days of freedom. And so it did happen. It was a lot easier than I thought. But what's important is that I get the education. I get the education. I knew it, but I didn't do it. Months ago, I knew that I wanted to clean the garage. I don't know why, didn't know that this inspection was going to happen, but I knew that I wanted to clean the garage. I didn't do it. I knew it, but I didn't do it. So it's important to be gentle with yourself and accept the education that shows up for you. So I got the experience of going, oh yeah, I heard that still small voice. Next time, I'm going to respond to that still small voice rather than ignore it. And so that's really the takeaway of this video. You were always divinely guided and gracefully compelled into right action. But are you listening? Again, recognize we're in a busy do it microwave society. But the reality is, sometimes we need to pull back. And this is why meditation is so important. This is why it's important to get enough sleep. This is why it's important to get proper education. This is why it's important to have a lifestyle and a schedule that isn't all one thing. If you feel like you're in a place in life right now where all you can do is go to work, get some sleep, grab some food on the way to go to work again, I invite you to find for yourself 5 minutes each day. Put it on your calendar, whatever 5 minutes it is, and let that be your quiet time. No phone, no email, no Facebook, no television. 5 minutes of quiet time. In fact, if you want, that 5 minutes can be your breakfast. You can eat your breakfast, but do it mindfully, not going through the list of things that I need to do today. But more importantly, I'm listening, God, I'm listening, Spirit. I'm trusting that I'll be divinely guided and that inspiration will hit me at the right time and I'll know what to do with it. You can only do that if you slow down a little bit. So it's okay to slow down. There's always that still small voice that is speaking to you and guiding and directing you. Are you listening? Are you listening? We don't need that still small voice to turn into a gentle nudge, to turn into a push, to turn into a cosmic 2x4. Let's respond to the still small voice. That way we can relax into the graceful, elegant flow of life that is trying to unfold for us. So I thank you for watching. The fact that you're watching means that you have an interest in allowing your spiritual practice to influence your physical life. So I do encourage you to continue to dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value for this, please give it a thumbs up, a like. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel so that we can continue this journey together. There's something very, very powerful when we do things together. And in fact, after you subscribe, you can click the little notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be notified, and we can certainly, absolutely, positively be on the same page at the same time. Most importantly, comment. Type me a comment. Let me know if you found value, what was valuable, what would be helpful. Let me know where you're from. And let me know if you have an idea for a future video. We're in this together, so I'd love to hear your comments. Also, I know I have friends in South America. These videos are also closed captioned in Spanish. And so if it's easier for you to perhaps read the content in Spanish, then hit the closed caption button and you can read the translation in Spanish. Most importantly, just remember to dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. Thank you so much. Have an absolutely gorgeous day, and I will do the same.